find valid in your eyes. You'll always house, it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
this slow motion crew, and we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on the full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to pick.
Dire team pick.
puck.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to pick.
Earth Shaker.
Seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Keeper of the light.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to ban.
Lion.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
OG's turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
OG's turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
OG's turn to pick.
Dragon Knight.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Monkey King.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to pick.
Razor.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to ban.
This warrior.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
OG's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team back. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Venomancer.
Choose your hero. Ten seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
I'll be signing autographs out
You
front.
might wish to retract your last
Plague
move.
our enemies.
Y también lo que dices del Lion también, o sea, ¿qué hora?
这里尼格玛先做了一个高坡的眼啊，然后龙骑上来找找人。
First blood is the sweetest.
The battle begins.
I take what I please. All right.
That was kind of you.
I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. Can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Invisibility. Are you?
carry. On the other side, OG, they've got the Empower with Monkey King and an Ursa. Like, if they are given a static game, they will outfarm Nigma and eventually take over the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
4-10, 3,000 net worth lead. And they do have that vision to bottom lane, but we haven't seen that move you're talking about just yet. Instead, they're going to have 3 sitting at top for now.
Yeah, they're gathering actually top instead. Like I said, it's a fully an ult reliant team for them to make these aggressive moves. So when puck coil is up, they can look to actually make something happen. Thompson doesn't have his, but they at least have like 1 or 2 ults to have something go on. Because, you know, Coddle and Puck, you can't make moves. You don't have stuns.
Yeah.
It's just really tough. As a Blink Dagger already done now on GH.
Oof. That is quite terrifying. It also means he has enough gold that he'll be able to save up for the shard if he wants it. When we start
Mind control.
20 minutes. Mind control
They're doing
again.
the recall, but the TP's already out.
Gets away. This fast move from Nigma up to top lane that they're already making. Nice read from GH. He knew exactly where Seb was going to be positioning with that Blink Dagger to try and escape. Seb, he will try and draw out as much time as humanly possible here, but it is very likely he's going to die. Maybe they even get a Finger of Death stack. No, Kuro's going to say, that is a resource I'm not willing to use here, especially level 1 Finger. Thompson, though, does do a little bit of split pushing in the meantime.
He's got the full fighting build, though, on Thompson. Only the 1 point in Primal Spring, so it's a little bit tougher for him to make it work. Now, another recall happening to at least move him out of that top side. Enigma reading the maps perfectly, though, getting these good trade plays as well. Now taking top tower.
Oh, he getting very
Miracle will have a blink soon.
He seems to know the mid one's kind of alone here, and he's going to force something out. It's going to be in the enrage. See if he can get the kill before the rest of the heroes come in, and he will. In fact, now, with the supports here, he's still got a lot of damage. They've got to be very careful in kiting around this Razor, otherwise it could be death for one of them. Weehot trying to escape for the trees, but no such luck. Mind control. Hot
GH
on their
swinging.
heels. GH is going to swing downwards here and maybe catch No Tail with his Blink Dagger. Does long range Fisher, but unfortunately the Blink doesn't take him far enough to chain that stun.
That was close, though. 1-0-8 on GH, having an excellent game. Already queuing up the shard instantly, of course. And OG, it's just, yeah, it's still the same name of the game for them. Just get the farm. Mid one still not having the Battle Fury, and that's also interesting to point out. Is he's still double down for Battle Fury even with the Magnus. Just definitely feeling like he needs it and wants to have the scalability. They want to just take it to late game. Enigma, they don't want that. Look at this invasive play immediately.
Excellent
Right on top of the
opening
board.
with the Echo. This time the Finger of Death will be used, and this time Kuro will collect that stack in order to stop the Ursa. And they can even take some of that hard camp stack. So you can see OG, they are on full-on ratting mode. Thompson, oh, maybe not. Maybe they feel like with this split up here, Weehaw is separated enough from his team that they can maybe make a play. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Don't think that was quite close enough to see Thompson. But this move is becoming more and more dangerous as now Wee does have a lot of heroes behind him. They're going to start off RP into the Wukongs immediately. Just everything they have. Take down the Razor and don't give Nigma the chance to be able to respond. Not even a word.
That's the way they have to with this lineup. It's just a full committal of ultimates. On Nigma, it's much easier for them to just set off these small pickoffs. So now it's where they respond with the Razor, and what does Nigma want to do to hit back as those ultimates will be down. You still have to deal with the puck coil, but they do have a lot of ways to be able to play around that. And Miracle, he's actually, he was going to go for the blink, but he's having a really good time of just walking around and farming. He's just going to get the Radiance.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. Midas into Radiance, like a double farming build. Like, how good can a dragon... Oh! Seb, still spotted by the ward here, but he will manage to get away.
DKs can scale pretty damn hard, and this miss rate will be annoying for Ursa and Monkey King to actually like itemize first if they don't want to get the Monkey King bars. Thompson is found again by Kuroki.
There's just no way out of this. Not with him already using his stuns. So another big pickoff for Nigma. Surprisingly, the net worth isn't like cascading their way just yet, but it does feel like OG is having a very hard time for pretty much everybody but mid one. Actually, mid one doesn't even have that much farm. I thought he was going to be the farthest up there, but it's actually Thompson. I guess he's just been picked off one too many times by these smoke gangs.
They're just playing the space creation game, and Nigma's playing the full pressure game. And yeah, Nigma's doing a good job of continuing that pressure. It's every time somebody shows in a lane, they just start running at them. Look, Seb shows bottom for like a quarter of a second. 2 heroes start just immediately going for him.
Yeah.
No blink on Miracle, but he's got an arcane ruin, so at least he can just pop DK form to just farm and push out these lanes while GH hunts.
This is why Seb is so quick to be able to blink or skewer the way at the moment's notice, just because he is, as you said, kind of in that space creation mode, trying to actually push in lanes and do so aggressively without getting picked off. Now, Thompson's going to try.
OG.
He might be able to catch him here. GH hits him. The Dragon Tail stun. The rest of OG is coming in hot, though. Saksa, he's going to look to be able to save Thompson, but the Echo is enough to be able to bring down Thompson. There goes a bunch of their damage. Now with mind control, throwing out the poison, this is going to be a lost fight for OG, as they don't even get the chance for much more than Saksa to get away. Mid one, who is kind of approaching that team fight, will be retreating, but that was just, I think they had vision of him. GH.
It looks like it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Can't quite get him, but Nigma just set up for the fight perfectly. Seb actually blink in, like behind the Shaker to skewer him into the DK to get a good RP, but instead the Echo Slam goes off, breaks the whole initiation, and that was OG. They were actually looking for that fight. Saksa was recalling, maybe looking for some type of number advantage, but Nigma just too fast this game. The way they're moving around the map, they're moving faster than a team which has recall around the map, which says everything.
Yeah, certainly. They start off with a stun onto No Tail, and there's such long-range stunts. Now, Miracle got a little bit low there, but fortunately the Hex stops. Oh, what a boundless strike! Onto 3 with the Wukong's already out. Kuro's certainly dead, and they're going to pull him back in. Seb on the other side. The trap is laid, and OG slam it shut onto Nigma, catching multiple cores, and it looks like they're not going to let mind control get away either. A TP out, and he stuns. Oh, they didn't have anything. Well, at least he's able to get away. Nigma retreat with both Weehaw and mind control.
And OG finally hit back hard with their big ultimates, as Weehaw is in the midst of all this. He's under his own defensive sentry, so he knows he's a bit safe.
But if he runs
for a target,
up, he's going to be spotted by that sentry, Seb. They see him for a moment. He's like, nope, I got to get out of here. Blinks forward. Still has to skewer, waiting for the Razor to reveal himself. Mind control's actually going to be banned in the jungle here. That's troublesome. He's going to be run down by mid one. He needs one more hit. Fortunately, that low cooldown, thanks to Saksa, mid one is able to stay on top of the Venomancer. Meanwhile, Seb's trying to get away with the skewer. Mid one back into the Ancients. He's going to hop, turn around. He knows he's probably dead, but he just wants to get Kuro's kill. That's a double for him. Maybe he can still kite this out, but mid one, Weehaw, he's going to be able to run him down. Managed to get the slow. Mid one turns around, does what damage he can before his inevitable death.
Big hit back though from OG. They lose their Ursa. He gets 2 kills while dying though, and they get to split push all the lanes. Thompson able to force in top super hard. Seb actually somehow surviving, dancing around the Razor during the whole midst of it. So a big win for them. If they can do that and they can just build some time for their ultimates to come back up, that's where they thrive. They have to just play around their ults on OG.
Look at this read.
15 seconds still Wukong.
The 3-man stun, and then the show up. The Echo comes right in, maybe to be able to save. We push the edge of the coil, but not quite broken. He's able to steal away the damage from Thompson. Thompson not going to make it out. A double kill for Miracle. The savior of GH protects his boy and Weehaw to keep him alive. And once again, OG, they try and cobble together some sort of team fight to surprise Nigma. But as you've been saying, man, Nigma have been excellent reads of just moving around constantly.
Yeah, GH in particular, right? 2-1 and 14. He's involved in the majority of the kills. He's always swinging around and getting these stun combos. They almost were able to get the Razor there. They did do it a little bit before their Wukong was up too, but you can see OG's trying to play a little unpredictable, where it's not, hey, we only are playing with our ults. We'll play with one ult if we can find the opportunity. But yeah, Nigma, again, good reads and keeping this lead consistent. They can't make too many mistakes, as we said, because the game could snowball out of control for them. So this is still pretty good for them. Level 18 on Miracle. He's still in a very comfortable spot.
Weird part is that, like, because you've seen so many OG games, and I actually have seen it in this game specifically. Seb
up top,
he's gonna get picked off. Miracle use the dragon form for this one. Even if he does manage to get a skewer, he likely will bring the dragon with him. Saksa, he's gonna be found on the other side of the map. Nigma not wasting any time whatsoever. Saksa with a really good force staff, but Can he get away from all these AoE spells? They guess the wrong direction. They guess right.
Is
he
he
goes
really?
left. He's still hidden. He blinks, and GH cannot catch up to him. Just a bit too late. Nice space creation there from Soxa.
But instantly, Nigma, they smoke, and they're going to look for mid.
Oh, they're going to spawn Thompson. Managed to hit him. Thompson. He's going to have to try. He tried to go for a TP, but Miracle was already there. Again, Nigma, they were just chasing bottom lane, and all of a sudden, they're already into the triangle of OG. Kuro's catching out Soxa as he tried to escape earlier. A blink away from Kuro, though. It looks like Nigma are actually going to call a timeout here. They say, this is good enough for us to Roshan, gents.
40 seconds without Thompson, yeah, for sure. And they've got good ward coverage on the high ground, too. Just these swing arounds. I cannot believe how fast they're setting up these moves. And we're looking at which items have been picked up in the last few moments. My control is Crimson Guard, so they're quite a lot stronger in the fights. They'll see Soxa for a sec. An easy jump from Kuroki with Blink and Finger.
Yeah, now with the coddle down as well, very, very unlikely that OG is going to be able to contest.
Yeah, no ways of really getting easy vision into the pit either.
Yeah.
The orb can come out from the puck, but No-Tail, he's very underfarmed, and Kuroki with Blink can just catch him super easily now. So they're going to just have to give this one up. Does look like. Yeah, Nigma is just, they're sweeping so quick across the map. It really feels like they're the team with Coddle at the moment.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It feels like in some ways they're using the movement speed of their heroes. Like this Razor is just booking it around the map constantly thanks to his passive, the Dragon Knight. His Blink Dagger in dragon form, buffing him up as well. They're immediately bottom lane. They just finished up the Roshan. The Aegis was just dropped on the ground, and this fighter's already... Oh, Kuro! Hits the impale right as Seb came in for that RP. Now he's just going to have to content himself for maybe a kill on a GH. Mid one's going to get kited around, and Seb, hold that RP for another fight, my friend. You tried, but that timing, it was just too unlucky for Seb. Kuro hitting him with the impale right as he blinked in.
Yeah, these two supports for Nigma really are the fight so hard. All the time they're getting these perfect stuns and setups, and Seb a bit unfortunate on that one there. But again, it's just the way that they can make themselves set up. Like you said, like the Aegis gets picked up and they're already making the move on the Ursa. They're just so fast. They're playing perfectly around OG's slow lineup. Yeah, that's so damn quick.
Yeah, I really think he was trying to hit mid one there, and Seb just blinked right into it. Kuro. We'll never know what the mastermind's thinking there, as he is totally unfazed. As you said, Nigma, in order to win this, they have to play a clean game. And with OG's team fight that they have, like, they can win fights being 6, 8, 10K down.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal swing, phenomenal movement all around, and just getting themselves in this really good advantageous position, even though they've been under the cover of wards some of these times, but OG just are getting outplayed and just getting outmoved anyway, even if they see this coming.
Two heroes at the top lane, so OG, they're going to strike. A nice two-man boundless strike with the Wukong Scout as well. Weeha is going to look to be able to dance away with that, as all that movement speed, he's got to have a haste, and he does. He managed to get away, and they take away the Aegis from Miracle, but OG, they don't look in great shape, and Thompson, at the end of his BKB, gets tagged, not able to jump into the trees, going to be chain stunned up here, as there's going to be a Fisher and an Aftershock stun to chain it together. OG, they take away a life of Nigma, but a life for a life, and that Monkey King is going to be dead for a full minute.
They can fight during their BKBs, but the moment it ends, the jumps, and now Seb, he shows his face.
And he's not going to be able to make it out. Kuro even had the extra damage still in the tank there from the finger, but it wasn't necessary.
So quick with the jumps. Again, both these triple stunners just immediately finding the targets, and now to the high ground. AC finished up just before the fights too for Miracle. There still is a lot of deep push though coming in. They're trying to get the crab, and they will on No-Tail.
Not even a stun necessary. Past the Hex. Finger. Breathe fire. And this is very likely a lane of barracks for Nigma with a 16,000 net worth lead. They can maybe even go for 2 here, because the bottom tier 2 is already taken out. They see mid one actually cancel that TP from GH because they saw him being pulled back by the Keeper of the Light.
Always looking for the next thing, though. That's what I'm noticing from the supports from Team Nigma. Even though they're making one thing happen, you're already seeing them looking around the map, looking for their wards, looking for any type of potential to set up for the next play. Just on point, And now they have all their stuff at the ready again. Even though OG, they have all their stuff at the ready too. Nigma's going to back up and pick up their next set of items and just be in a comfortable position to take the fight anyway, even into all these ults, because of their just this huge net worth disparity. Weehaw, full BKB. A lot more survivable.
I was about to say, he was kind of sitting there pretty aggressively, but his BKB was on the way on the courier, and now it feels like in many ways he's kind of untouchable unless OG can strike first with that RP. It feels like at this point, Fogged, OG, they're living entirely off of Seb's big move. If he can get the right kind of RP, maybe this game can stall out, but
it's getting pretty out of hand for sure.
4-man
Miracle,
up.
Another arcane rune for him. He'll get the jump.
They're going to lead on the mid one. They were kind of baiting him out, but maybe this bait is a little bit too tasty. Nice 2-man RP. The Wukong's man is out, but the BKB was already activated by Weehaw, so he wasn't chain stunned. A Miracle, he actually man fights mid one and gets the kill before he dies. Now it's going to be Thompson inside of his own Wukong's command with no way out. The magic damage is too much for him to handle, and Weehaw, what a comeback for him in this game, man. I'm sure there have been a lot of Weehaw haters saying a lot of things about this man, and I'm sure they were having a mouthful when it came to the first 5 minutes, that laning phase, and him just getting dumpstered by Thompson. But he recovered very nicely in this game, and a big reason why they're able to hold out through that team fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see, though, they're able to actually kill Miracle, but the amount that they have to actually use because of this just advantage that Nigma has built up, that's where you're seeing the difference. If they were more on even footing, the DK dies faster, then maybe they can look and set up and get some more kills. But yeah, that big farm definitely coming into play.
And looking back on it, where in your opinion did that advantage come from? Because it certainly wasn't from the laning phase. As we, like the first 5 minutes went pretty well for OG, even if Seb was eventually forced out. He was farming neutrals pretty well. So where did it all turn so badly?
The two supports, GH and Kuroki. These two, they handheld the whole mid game, that whole like 7 to 16 plus minutes when Shaker got the blink dagger. They just went swooping from lane to lane, finding kills, just nicely too, without having to commit ults. They just had to do their stun combos, and they were able to find them a lot of the time. And just honestly, going for Thompson a lot. He has 9 deaths on the Monkey King. They kind of baited him into these positions where he felt like he could do something on Weehaw, and then he'd get turned on. And now speaking of Weehaw,
yeah. Yules onto Seb, stopping the skewer and ensuring that should be able to fight this still with the BKB coming out. He walks away from the coil pretty easily. His mind control should be able to finish off Seb thanks to the Spirit Vessel. He even throws the E-Blade before Thompson can actually get away. BKB pop, turns around, but honestly, the damage just looks sad as Miracle man fights him inside the Wukong's command, not giving a damn apparently about all these statues. A finger of death will make the difference here as it's Thompson to go down first. All right, says Thompson, and I'm beginning to think that's what OG is saying for this game. It's time. Nigma will take game 1 of this series.
Super clean. Love to see this. I haven't seen Nigma play actually this clean in quite some time. It was just very nice to watch. You're not seeing many people getting caught out of position at all. I think maybe like 1 or 2 deaths from Nigma shouldn't have happened, but besides that, I didn't see anybody being out of position at all. They're just swinging from lane to lane, making all these aggressive moves. And I love that invasive play where they took over the triangle area. They denied the stacks, the potential.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. I can't find. Don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go down. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was told. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light of day, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light of day, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
However, it is interesting because GH plays both heroes, so perhaps that's one combo you don't have to fear as much. Whereas squads like Secret, they'll have either support play either hero, and it's not really that big of a deal. But GH definitely signature for both. And same bands.
Yep.
Nothing changed. OG once again first pick.
And once again, Radiant.
Yes.
Don't let the colors fool you like they did me.
Yeah,
And they
I
go
mean,
for
no
Shaker.
surprise.
Yeah. Will OG just go straight for the Keeper of the Light?
Yep,
No, they go for
clock.
Clockwork now. Okay, nice. Nice adjustment.
Yeah, because and this is something you'll see in these longer series against these top teams. Kuro banned that out in the previous game, second phase. If you want it, you know you have to pick it, and they do. This is the answer to Earthshaker classically, going all the way back to when Liquid were doing it, TI3.
Let's hang your chair.
No,
Keep your chair, Kyle.
I can join with the pace.
They said we can
Hold on,
pace.
we can pace. Hold on. There we go.
We're allowed to pace.
Yeah.
It's just I need to
I
write
like the
stuff down.
pace.
Writing stuff while walking is
The
not
real
good.
question. Okay, nice. Good. I was gonna say the
I
real
like
question
that.
from Nigma is they also have to adjust here. They can't stick to their script because, like, if this was maybe a Division 2 team or even middle pack, DK would be kind of on the question. So, okay, DK into puck, forced to puck to a 5, but they decide to go for the DP flex between mid and 3 just to keep the draft much easier, less predictable.
I really like this too because I think it leans 3 because of how effective it is with Earthshaker in the off lane. It's similar to the Venomancer in the previous game. You really want an off laner that prefers to get solo XP and at some point can be left alone. So Shaker just securing lane for Death Prophet, you get level 3, you're chilling. And then a block is actually incredibly effective to find kills because DP just outputs so much damage and is just innately survivable.
Yeah. Also, I love how you choose to pace in front of the death.
Oh my god.
No, it's fine.
No, I will tell you why he does that. He likes to be
I
closer
can't
to the
see.
monitor
I can't
because
see it.
Screen
I'm
in, man.
yeah, but
blind.
then you have to look down.
Oh, okay, that's good. Please no, go back to your page.
Thank you.
If you need to see, no, it's fine. Thank you. Get a back rub, off you go. Get another good prediction in, please, Kyle. No pressure.
It's the gamer vision. Make sure you stretch your eyes.
Yeah, I
folks.
can't see
Stare
any of
at
that
something
screen,
and
but
blink
yeah.
a lot. There's an exercise. It's on Google somewhere. I think.
Just get
Blink a lot?
glasses, Kyle.
Just sometimes look
Glasses.
away from your screen. Can also be very good for your mental health.
I had glasses actually, and then I lost them 7 years ago, and I haven't got a new pair since.
Well,
Unfortunate.
Man, if you had a job to buy glasses with, that's really tough, Kyle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a GoFundMe for him to, what is that going to be, like $100 or something?
No. At least 150. Come on.
I need
Glasses
the prescription.
these days.
Yeah.
Frames
I don't
on,
have,
yeah.
I don't
My
have
prescription's
glasses,
changed.
We gotta get a couple of good frames with there. You know, he is on camera.
Yeah, they gotta be
Gotta look
designer.
good.
Hold on,
No.
look at this. Now I just blocked. There we go. Yeah, don't want to see sheep. Just be the back of
Can you guys just talk? Can we talk about the draft, please?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are. Nature's
stand in your
Prophet
chair.
banned
Yeah.
out this time around. We didn't see it at all in the previous game. Why do we see it now? What makes this a better Nature's Prophet game than the previous?
Good against Clock if they lane match up against each other, because then you have control over where Battery Cell goes, so it would really limit Clock's harass and gank potential.
And also Death Prophet, not Lion. So the support duo is still open, which makes a third pick, especially considering Nigma is second pick. Third pick Prophet becomes really value because you don't know whether it's going to be off lane. It could be Miracle's hero or it could be Crow's hero.
Seconds remaining.
And it also kind of owns Clock in the laning phase.
This is the adaptation from OG where they want to be able to flex his puck and they don't want to be in a corner where they can't. And they're trying to decide, okay, what are the heroes that opens up Nigma's draft to force us to have to try and relegate the puck once again? And yeah, this is how they're covering it. Go for a Viper ban as well. Okay.
Interesting.
It's the philosophy that Nigma presented in game 1 is why these bans are coming out. The double flex between like off lane and mid that can suddenly cover you into your last pick of the draft.
I will say I like their opening so much. I mean, it's I believe Secret has done this exact opening.
Yep.
But
CIS
it
loves
is
it as well. Yep.
It is so nice. And I want to reiterate, it's just so nice to see Nigma playing on the offensive. Like that's the style of play I feel like they're the best at. It's just that oftentimes they end up with these really slow drafts.
What was the quote? They're the best early game team in
Dota.
Yeah, I don't know the
yes.
quote, but everybody knows
That
what
is
I'm
it.
talking about. But they just showed us why that is a quote, right?
Nahaz.
Yeah.
That's his. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl rings. Nahaz, Liquid's the best early game team in Dota. 2 different legacies from 2 men born on the exact same day.
Yeah. Very comparable.
Stop, don't flame him. He's
That's such a strong approach. Just to yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, Perch, talk Dota to me, please, to help me get out of this analogy. Thank you.
Klink's ban is a little bit weird. OG did draft it and played against Death Prophet against, I don't remember who it was, but I think 3-3 was playing it, and he ended up buying Mage Slayer that game. It was pretty effective at limiting DP's damage output. 35% of all the damage he does.
again.
Cool. Yeah. The DK.
It's just so solid here. Again, another great hero for Earthshaker to play around, as we witnessed. It's still open. It's one of those awesome second pick heroes. And you really don't want to play Puck as a core anymore. Like, it's just shut down now.
But like that's the thing, right? I feel like OG, they need to have the potential confidence of going, let's not put it into the 5 and just play it into the mid if they want to have that good support. But because they have a different support duo, it also allows the Puck just to be a casual 5 here. Like I don't mind them putting it in the 5 role, but they need to keep the option open, right?
But at least Clockwork as a 4 does a little more in the early game compared to Kotal as a 4,
Exactly.
surely.
Yeah. You have more fight. That's the key thing. And if you do put the Puck mid with the Clockwork,
Here's the thing.
you can
AA just became incredibly high value.
Yeah, that is
and
for OG.
so much so that you could actually feel comfortable coring Puck because of how good AA is against 2 cores that are inherently reliant on self-sustained healing. And I wouldn't mind that at all, but they would have to pick it right here. With the Prophet banned, it becomes even more value in this spot.
I think
What if they flex the DP to support those? It's still equal value?
Not quite as much, but it removes the advantage DK has over Puck. Because Puck's issue is that you don't really burst the hero and eventually you end up dying. But this allows Puck to actually have the offensive pressure against DK, especially with the additional magic damage from the Ice Vortex.
My fear is it's too much of an immediate counter where you feel good for like 15 minutes or so, and then suddenly the game becomes more team-orientated, and the A is too slow to kind of enter into the game. And also Puck will have half the net, or a third less net worth than the DK, so I think it's maybe too reactionary.
Dark Willow as well is another thing that could potentially give the Puck enough value to be core.
They're eating through so much reserve time for this pick.
Well, this is the key hero.
No, exactly. Yeah, this is make or break in the draft because...
Here we go, Enigma it is.
Yep.
Different form of pressure. You know the Enigma's going to run at you. This is pure damage, team fight, max HP based, very good against DK.
In the simplest form, it allows for the Clockwork to be way more active. It also maybe indicates that the Puck could still be that mid lane because now you have basically a dual lane mid where the Enigma plays off lane. DK doesn't have that pressure.
Do we not feel like it's also a little bit relying on Team Nigma not playing too crisp?
Enigma's such a good hero right now.
Regardless of how.
Yeah, it's really just an S tier hero.
Okay.
And
you basically get to win your lane, and it's going to apply map pressure there. And like T said about letting Clockwork be more flexible, it's because Enigma just does well in his lane, and he can pressure by himself without too much danger. So Clock can just show up once in a while to threaten or get a kill, and then go away and go do something else. So it'll help offset the fact that DK is always going to want to pressure mid.
Okay.
Clock's weakness is you don't scale very well, you have low damage output, but you offer a lot of control. Enigma provides all the tower pressure you would need. And in addition, you're still somewhat open, and I like the idea because Clock should be free now to deal with the Earthshaker a bit more, even more sustain coming out from Nigma. That's just so much healing.
Instant Juggernaut. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It gives them, like, OG now has these strong lanes and the ability to also take fights, but Nigma, they're so scary. I think they don't have like the hard lane counters as much. Of course, the DK Puck is still the only one present, but it is now going to be very much an even laning phase.
Well, it's just like, look at the sustained damage output in a team fight from these 4 heroes. Clock and Puck, they run 1 round of spells, that's that. Omni Slash from the Juggernaut. Comparably, Nigma just gets stronger throughout the engagement. Plus, they have the Earthshaker, arguably best 4 position.
Yeah, to some degree, I think both teams have the same amount of kind of can we fight, can we not fight? Because OG, they have Coil, Black Hole, Omnislash. Nigma, they have Slam, Exorcism, you know, Dragon Form, Egg. Like both teams, when they enter a fight, they will be blowing everything and then resetting if they don't win the fight like cleanly enough.
It's just so much fun. Like watching this series like reminds me why I like Dota. It's like my only big gripe with this DPC is we don't get to see enough of this caliber Dota 2. Like it's our one shot potentially until May to see these teams play each other, depending on how the rest of the season goes, how do they perform at the major. But there's just so much on the line with this series.
That is such a depressing thought, but
Yes.
you're absolutely right. That is actually...
There's lots of good teams that are playing. There's so many hype matches.
That is true, but we want to see more of them.
I mean, I don't want to just watch OG and Nigma play Dota like, you know, 2 BO3s a day for the rest of my life.
Sure, okay, but there's a big difference between 2 BO3s a day and 1 BO3 per 3 months.
But anyway, we have the BO3 right now, so let's live in the moment, guys.
True, I mean, I'm savoring this
Okay,
moment.
thank you.
Exactly, we got to enjoy the present.
Yes.
So for OG, I'm a little bit concerned about just the early team fight. It's pretty much Black Hole or nothing. Of course, you have Coil, but it's a little bit harder to really get into the fight happily. So there's a lot of pressure on their laning phase. And they don't really have
GH is a vibe.
Yeah.
I love that man. I haven't hugged him in at least a year.
He gets also more and more huggable
I know.
the longer the quarantine goes on because the hairdressers
they
are
need
closed.
a partnership with Build-A-Bear Workshop. Straight up. I would get a GH teddy bear.
That's pretty
100%.
funny.
Nigma banning out these super active mids that can kind of play into OG's kind of skirmishing needs. If the Enigma gets that Necro 3, pretty much every hero with one item will want to look to cross the river and apply pressure. Nigma, they are a much slower lineup this time around. They don't have these big lane dominators that are going to suddenly just...
Thompson? It's Thompson's hero, I would think. Unless they want to give him Puck and last pick no tails, which doesn't really compute.
The play is to go for like Grimstroke.
They did do it.
So it's just
Wow.
Puck mid. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Is this...
I like this.
You do?
Why not?
So that means that means Enigma moves to the 4 or like what's
Okay,
the
it
core?
could be a core clock because
Yeah.
it is a really nice core clock game. I know Seb would play it. But no, there's a Darkseer.
It's just going to be Enigma 5, Darkseer clock offlane, Puck mid. And it pretty much tells Nigma, you have last pick, you can do all this flexing, you can pick your strong laner to counter our carry, but we have an Enigma in that lane. We can just completely dismantle your ability to play aggressive. Enigma, nice, okay.
Oh, wow. Now this is...
It makes a Darkseer pick maybe a little bit better as well with the wall. You can make copies of the anti-mage. That's great.
Anti-mage is like forever the counter to Darkseer in lane because you take away all of his mana, but of course in the game it can be a little bit topsy-turvy. I like the fact that OG has all this skirmishing. I think they have the perfect recipe to run over Nigma. But yeah, Nigma, they give Miracle the 10th pick, the anti-mage. He is one of the few players, if you say he's playing anti-mage, you go, oh yeah, he'd probably win the game.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of anti-mage players right now where you're kind of like, are you going to do it? But
Final thoughts on a draft, Purge?
I think other than Black Hole and Dream Coil, they have really difficult heroes for locking down and killing Anti-Mage. And so the fact that he matches up well and he's hard to pressure outside of those big team fight ultimates gives Nigma a really straightforward strategy advantage here.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Purge. We'll come back to you at the end of the series or at the end of the game. Or both.
I just love the drafting patterns. It's like the Kuro's spent some time in the kitchen, knows the recipe now. They save this last pick. They can give Miracle something they've selected already, or this key last pick. I think it's even better than the Venomancer in the previous game. There is nothing to do with the AM. He'll have a free game. OG have got to play flawlessly to take this W.
yeah, I just think that OG, they have the heroes to be able to have that execution. So if they have any kind of right to contend for top 4, this is the type of game that they should be able to win with their tempo that they have to set. I want to see them do well with it.
Mid one has plus 1.5. More deaths than that, they aren't winning this game. Less, it's possible. You can outscale an AM, but they have to get Necro up. Quick shove waves, fast ags on Darkseer, run at enemy.
What's half a
All
death?
right.
It's 2 or more.
No.
Math. Any math. All right, so we are ready for this game 2 to kick off. Let's see who takes it, and maybe Nigma can 2-0 OG. But secretly, I'm just hoping we're going to see a third game to the series. Let's find out what's going to happen with Cap and Fogged.
Well, our panel set it up in game 1. They said, Nigma, in order to win this game, they can't afford any mistakes. And they showed up with some TI7 levels of performance. Now, going into this game 2, it's OG are the ones who have to be able to play a pretty clean game. So let's see if they can channel their TI8 and TI9 performance, Fog.
Yeah, it really feels like they're going to have to kick it up. This looks like one of the freest anti-mage games I think I've seen in a very, very long time. He's good versus all 3 cores. Juggernaut, he can be okay versus as well, as you can play around your mana shield and stuff like that. And there's just no stuns really in the draft. It's a Malefice, a hook shot, some silences, and of course the leash from the puck that he will have to worry about. But the puck, as we know, it's handled. The way that they've drafted themselves, they've actually forced this puck to be a core, and they have the DK matchup versus it. They also have several silences and other control for him too. So it really feels like it's going to be difficult for OG. And I feel like this game is, I mean, I'm looking at Saxa, I'm looking at this Clockwork, and I'm feeling like he has to just do leaps and bounds of space, and I don't know what else, because I feel like it's going to be really hard for them.
For sure. It definitely feels like they picked up this puck and this Clockwork relatively early in the draft, and they're requiring them to do a lot of the heavy lifting in order to keep this AM shut down, in order to keep them winning fights that honestly look kind of scary, because Nigma do have this sort of like run-at-you lineup with Death Prophet and Dragonite frontlining with the big old team fighters in the back of Phoenix and Earthshaker.
The battle begins.
Yeah, it's tough for them to really. I just feel like it's hard for OG to make moves again because they have a 5-position Enigma. And, you know, it's similar to like, I mean, it's not exactly similar to a Puck because Puck doesn't have an actual stun or anything at all, but it's very greedy. This hero requires items normally to really be very impactful. If you're walking your hero in, waddling very slow as a 5-position, you're just very easily just get burst down. It's just looking scary. It's looking really just bizarre too. It's standard OG, you know, making things a little bit more complicated, making things look more confusing. And we'll see if they can make it work versus a more standard draft for Nigma. Sure, it's a 5-position Death Prophet, but you know, you see the workings of what they're going for here.
Yeah, what do you think about their decision to downgrade the Death Prophet to the 5 position that we've seen around a little bit, especially G coming in from the CIS scene, and then elevating the Earthshaker up to a 3 position for mind control?
I quite like it, actually, this game, especially just you still do a lot of your job to be able to just be this support and be able to trade and push lane out and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, the farm priority of the Earthshaker is just more important in this game. They want to be able to just get mind control in this one, and they were flexing. You know, it's just them flexing throughout the whole game and then just picking and choosing at the end, of course. But
yeah,
there's definitely the merits that Earthshaker, he can actually do pretty decently in the game down bottom, as he's going to be providing most of this control in the team fights, and the lane's not that bad. He can actually survive down here pretty decently. Enigma can't threaten and get you killed as this Earthshaker. Earthshaker and Phoenix can actually put the pressure onto the Jug a bit.
Mid one. Nice Fisher there from mind control. Puts him to the wrong side of it, and so he takes a few hits in exchange. Kuro showing, or attempting to show some of the strength of the Death Prophet. I thought maybe he was going to level up the drain there just to show that he can man fight against the battery assault. It's something that I've been experimenting a little bit around, and it's amazing what you can actually man fight as a Death Prophet 5 because of the drain.
That's actually pretty cool. You have a bit of a longer cooldown, of course, for the restore, but yeah, that's actually a pretty cool concept with it. Because you do have like pretty decent stats to start with, and yeah, all right. I haven't gotten to see it too many times. I've only seen it literally the one game that they did play it on G, so.
And with just a Windlace on Windlace action too, Saxa is actually quite slower than the Death Prophet. I think that's one of the best things. Her base movement speed is so high.
Really cool.
Blink away from Miracle as that is the Ion Shell melee hero threat, so that is the one thing he's going to have to keep an eye on. But otherwise, Animage does quite well against Darkseer in the laning phase, right?
Yeah, amazing versus Darkseer in laning phase, good versus Clockwork too throughout all stages. That's why they picked it. It's a really dream AM game. Nice last hit by Miracle, dropping his Quelling Blade under the tower there to secure himself one, not missing it. We're seeing mid pretty even. Sometimes we do see the DKs come out a little bit more ahead than normal, but Pop Top's been very comfortable in this one, as we see Saxa and Kuroki going at it, and there's that Spirit Slapping you were mentioning.
Yeah, he was able to, with an Ion Shell and Battery Assault on him, able to stay alive. And blocked in by the Fisher, no tail. does have the Eidolons kind of covering his trail here, but that is kind of what Nigma were looking for. They want some Eidolon kills, and as a result, their CS is looking pretty good between the two of them, as they have gotten a couple of those extra bounties. Thompson really trying to put the pressure here on Weehaw when it comes to the harassment, is keeping him relatively low, but...
Yeah, and he's actually done something I see a lot of players not doing lately. He's actually gone for the phase shift. I've seen so many players actually just go for like 2-2 on the pucks versus DKs. He's dodging the breathe fire. It's something very important that you have to do so you can keep this base damage so you can actually harass him. Thompson's actually getting him pretty low because of that. So it's some nice stuff coming out from him there just individually.
I thought for a second he would go for it, but he makes a wise read. I mean, Thompson is well known for his Fairy Fire baits, and that's exactly what Weehaw's kind of doing, still holding that in his back pocket. 4-minute power runes. It's going to be a DD on the top lane.
Ooh, a big one.
Yeah, no
Thompson
support rotations this game.
Yeah, Thompson not going for the bottle rush either. He's actually just gone for stats straight into like the urn slash potentially even just a vessel rush this game actually for the puck. Some games I don't really like it too much, but he's versus a lot of healing and a lot of just tanky heroes. So definitely a potential for Thompson.
I have to say, it feels like Weehaw's not going to be able to make that soul ring. He's not going to make use of it a whole lot. Is bottom lane, they're going to be able to chase down GH. This should be our first blood. That'll go to No Tail.
Oh, wow. That's a bit surprising for them to actually find that kill. The Malefice must have stopped the Icarus dive or something.
Yeah, that's what I believe happened.
That's a kill that you don't see really happening as bottom. It's like Earthshaker Phoenix should be able to stand in. Yeah, he was stunned. Okay, yeah, he was stunned mid dive. So nice play there by No Tail then. Rotation to mid. GH.
Yeah, watch that one again. Yep. Malefice. Right when he was next to mid one, so just kind of set it up for that free kill. Meanwhile, we did try and go for a bounty rune play. GH TP'd into mid lane to help out the DK, secures the bounty rune by the Ancients.
Seb's doing good up top. You know, it's his Darksteer. He's at least keeping himself consistent with last hits. Anti-Mage, though, as we know, Miracle, he's going to get full free farm this game, and that is a very big concern when it's the DK also free farming as well, and it's just such a damn good AM game versus Puck versus Darksteer. You always have a plethora of mana void targets when you do look to get involved too, and they just can't catch you on your split push is the big thing. And it really feels like OG's going to have to start dictating the pace and really looking to pressure towers down super early on somehow with this Enigma jug.
Cutting waves. Seb wanting to stay away from the Animage as much as possible. Meanwhile, this is where the mid lane starts getting a little bit more difficult, and that's why Soxa's already on the rotation here. They're going to bring in the Juggernaut to this fight as well. They really want this kill onto Weehaw, but he might still be able to get away as mid one is only level 5, no Omni Slash up, so no way to be able to close this gap. Nevertheless, he just keeps running at him. Mid
He's
one.
thinking about it. They get the ward down. 2 wards placed down. One on the side to watch the triangle.
Okay, they really want to just enable the Siege Wagon push, it seems. More TP's going to come in as they go for the Battery Assault dive, but the Phoenix is going to respond here. Diving onto Soxa, gets that minor slow, and is going to keep up with the burn. As long as he lands, these should be enough. Soxa looking for the deny on the neutrals. Wasn't able to wake them up fast enough.
A very OG-esque move, just bringing their safe lane into the mid lane. Very mid one rotation too that he's been doing a lot to try to get the tower, try to take advantage of the fact that they have the catapult versus the DK. Can't quite finish it, but they do force a lot of reactions, and it will give No Tail some time to farm bottom versus Mind Control, who Mind Control is actually not that, only at level 4. I thought he'd be a little bit better off down here, but
yeah, it seems that perhaps the death of the Phoenix early on, without the Phoenix in lane, maybe he was forced back a little bit and unable to get as much CS as he would have hoped.
it also has 17 denies, of course, right? No Tail getting quite a fair amount with just the Eidolon spawning.
Yeah, that's it's always an awkward point when you kind of have a dedicated dual lane and you're being denied by an Enigma. It's like, we're not getting much experience out of this lane anyway, and there's no way my 4 position can just, you know, run around and do things. The Phoenix isn't really that kind of hero. Nice use there of the wall very early on, just catching the Animage illusion and just kicking Miracle out of lane. Don't allow him to sit here any longer. Meanwhile, mid lane, gonna go again. Weehaw. This time around, mid one, making the faster rotation, is going to be able to get on top of this Dragon Knight and go for the spin kill, and it's just enough. last tag there. Does put him over the top for level 6 as well. So he has the Omni Slash ready to go. Kuro, he's going to have to back up.
Nice silence from Kuro. Killing X3, a very unlikely thing as Soxa rotates in, and maybe they can actually get the second one. No, they can't. Yeah, nice move from Kuro, saving his life, getting the silence point at level 3. Otherwise, he just gets Omni there. And OG just consistently pushing forward to get themselves at least a tower advantage. They want to get these early towers, especially because they will suffer to get them later on. And they need to get early towers versus AM. And Miracle's actually looking to join in.
Echo going out with so many units there. Oh, he actually came really close. Too bad he didn't have more mana. Kuro gets chased down by Soxa plus mid one there. Soxa, the one to secure the last hit. Mouth is going to stop the Fisher, slowing it down a little bit. Seb should be able to make his way around the wall. No problem. He's plenty healthy.
Did he get like a ton of Eidolons, I guess? I was looking down. I was looking at mid when that all happened. Okay.
Yeah, he had a ton of Eidolons, but sadly didn't have mana for Fisher to finish anybody off there.
We see OG continuing to just put pressure onto these towers. They have to get early towers versus this AM, or it's going to be really disastrous for them. So really pushing the issue forward on mid and on top lane.
GH.
Might even lose a hero for it.
You're going to lose Seb, and it's traded out for GH, so I'm pretty sure Nigma's quite happy with that one still, though. As you said, the pressure just continues, man. OG, is it something about the draft you're saying, like, they have to take these early towers? Why is that?
Yeah. They have to be able to hunt this anti-mage. They have to be able to get these deep wards down to be able to watch him out. Because it's a limited game where they can actually gank and punish him. Nice Miracle, he actually blinks in.
Miracle, he's going to try and play around with the Centaur. The Centaur stun was really going to help him out here, but it's not quite enough. His blink was just coming up, but the orb comes out first from Thompson. And now Weehaw, he's actually going to go ahead and pop his Soul Ring here to try and fight this. So it does bring him a little bit low. He gets the kill on Soxa, but it's OG who are walking away with the better of these engagements. A triple kill for Thompson.
And you see how adamant they are. Just bring more heroes. Bring 4, bring 5. Just bring the numbers versus Nigma. Just take out these towers, get these invasive plays. Somehow they kill Miracle. Miracle making a big mistake there versus this limited stun lineup. He does go down early. Nice deny by My Control.
Yeah, smart play.
For it.
No Tail does have the black hole, but there is the response there of the silence from Kuro. And yeah, it just feels like OG. I mean, they look at the support duo, Death Prophet and a Phoenix. Those heroes don't represent a whole lot without their level 6s. So all this pre-10 movement has been devastating. And now Miracle's going to get caught by a hook shot into a black hole from No Tail. He immediately pops the taunt because he knows that was a massive win there.
And immediately it's on top of a tower. So now they can transition it into a push. 3K gold advantage already. They're pressuring all fronts. It's gonna be 3 tier 1s already. This is huge. Now they can get this access into the enemy jungles. We see both wards are placed already to watch in case wherever the anti-mage goes.
And they TP from the mid tier 2 down to bottom lane tier 1. Weehaw's here, and he's actually quite low. It feels like they're being forced to so many rotations. They're just being pushed and pulled apart here. Weehaw can still get chased down. He's going to try and dodge the orb, but they don't need the orb to land to be able to catch him. Weehaw gets tipped as that unfortunate TP. He's desperate to try and keep these outer towers alive in order to create the space for Miracle to carry this game, but they are just being rebuked everywhere they go. OG, they've got all the answers in this game too, Fogged.
They're doing it perfect, exactly like we were saying. Like they have to play this super aggressive style, and they are. They're gonna have Mech already finished on this Darkseer. Noto, he sees the anti-mage mid, immediately ports there, and look at the swing. They take the tower, already start going to claim the jungles, and look to find this anti-mage. Coil's online, they can kill him. Scan's gonna catch him successfully, but they know exactly where Miracle is. They're gonna chase him all the way out. This is exactly how OG needs to play. Some beautiful stuff coming out. And mid one, with his build that I can say he patented in this current patch, not a super rare build, but he's the one who's been doing this a lot. Minus bots. And
Coil
Miracle
with the wall. Can they burn him out pretty quickly? Oh, you know they can. That was a lot of damage. Kuro is going to be able to make it out because the vacuum, he guessed incorrectly there. 2 spots there he could have TP'd out, and Seb guesses the wrong one. Still, though, they got what they came for. That was a Miracle kill and a 5,000 net worth lead for OG.
5K gold lead so quickly.
I'm sorry, you seeing that stat, Fox? 31 minutes faster? This very early boots of travel is a little unique for mid one here. And as a result, he's kind of breaking the meta and breaking the stats as well. As now Weeha's going to be dying as the Dragon Eye. Unless they can save him, the Sun Rays in on him, though. GH is trying to burn out Soxa right now. The Mind Control, he laid out the Echo Slam, but they don't have nearly enough damage. They go for the egg. They're going to turn around and hit it. Kuro's going to come in. They're committing their life to be able to kill Soxa, and they will manage to get it. Soxa dies, traded out for GH, but at the same time, Miracle, he's being threatened in the back lines by Thompson. Seb's going to run forward and just keep pace with Kuro. Even though he's got the Exorcism out, this is a level 7 Death Prophet. Doesn't really scare anybody too much. The vacuum misses, and Kuro will manage to get out alive, but it's still every single team fight. Nigma is looking worse for wear.
Dire's top tower is under
Just
attack.
such quick plays. It's like the same thing that we saw from the last game from Nigma. It's actually OG doing it this time, just really forcing the issue and just taking advantage of greedy supports. Death Prophet Phoenix, tough to make these fights happen around when it's your chorus who have to be the ones to actually set everything up. Just like we saw last time where OG was struggling with their puck coddle. They're just having a really hard time when they're just getting ran at with these heroes. So
Yeah.
OG with an excellent start to this game. 7K advantage. Really starting to roll with it as Soxa and Thompson getting super aggressive.
Yeah, it's amazing if you said like game one, Thompson, chain stun. This is what they did to hunt down No Tail's puck, but this is a core puck, a little bit tankier, and as a result is going to be able to survive through that burst. Now he's going to be able to throw the coil out, mind control. He's going to be protected here by Kuro, but not for long. They won't be able to stop this Juggernaut coming in. He looks to be able to throw out the Omni Slash. He lost vision of mind control. Still looking for the die, perhaps. Weeha represents a threat that mid one can't really go through. At least not right now, anyway. They'll back up, heal up around the healing wards, and continue to chase Nigma another time. Seb actually taking the time to use his shovel here for peak efficiency. Does manage to grab the bounty rune and gets away.
And now they swing over. They drop the wall actually on the anti-mage to push him off of Ancients too. And they're chasing forward. They'll find Kuro with this Omni, an easy kill.
Yeah, mid one says
OG,
it's worth
relentless. And they're just chasing forward and diving for these kills. They see how greedy the draft is from Nigma. The anti-mage can't get involved. DK has been shut down significantly in the laning phase. And Earthshaker too.
Oh, Jesus. They just will not stop. Pulling him out of that tier 3 range as best they can with the cogs. Mind control dies. And now Nigma, without that Echo Slam, without that Fissure, and good ways to be able to protect the egg, they may not be able to stop this tier 2 push. As No Tail's going to be given the surge. He's just going to run at Weeha, Malefice him, maybe go for the black hole if he feels like it's needed, but it's not. They've got the cogs. Pulling it back into the battery assault. They throw out the egg, but honestly, they should be able to get themselves out no problem. Yep, outside of the range of the stun. And Miracle
They're all full health.
Is nowhere close. Yeah, they are. This healing ward's doing some serious work for them now.
And they're not going back either. That's the important thing that I'm seeing. They're just using this healing ward. Now they mech up as well. They're healed. Kuroki. Actually full Greaves. Sorry about that.
9,000 healing plus the Greaves coming out from the Dark Seer. Where's the rest of this healing? It said everyone was pumping out healing. How's that possible?
They must have been receiving healing.
Okay, earn on puck. Yeah. What does the clockwork do?
Tranquil Boots?
Tranquil Boots counts as healing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Well, it's good to give him credit because we did mention as well that Soxa and Thompson had to step up the way that they made plays around the map. They really have been. It's been a relentless run at Nigma for them the entire time.
Yeah.
And they've just claimed themselves this really good advantage to the point where their ults are back up every single time when they look to make these plays. And Nigma, they're just getting hit too fast. This Earthshaker, mind control is getting no space to farm. He's nowhere even close to the realms of a blink tag.
They gonna catch him. They spot him. Malefice, hook shot, and a black hole for the cherry on top. No Tail is dominating. 10,000 net worth lead. And Fogged, I'm not sure how much longer Nigma want to keep this game going. I mean, as badly as they dumpstered OG in game 1, it's even worse for Nigma this time around, but maybe an opportunity. Oh no, the Echo Slam, it didn't actually hit Thompson. Now he's going to be pulled back into the wall. Oh, this is a disaster for Nigma as Kuro is actually healing up a lot until the Omni Slash both cuts him down as well as Weeha. And you know, mind control, he's not going to be let out of this so easily either. Another nasty engagement as OG win and win and win.
never having to go back, always keeping themselves on the map. This Greaves comes in. It's going to be back up in a second, too. They're just fully sustained. The Greaves
we had to
for Nigma
walk
not
around
paying
the
off.
tree, and as a result, the Echo did not hit the Aftershock stun on Thompson, so they missed the chain. Oh, mind control. That cannot feel good.
From bad to worst, it really gets. 13K gold lead. They've just... Yeah, it's similar. It's just like Nigma took advantage last game. OG just fully taking advantage of the greed. And Miracle, he needs so much more time. And even when he gets that time, he's not going to be able to outcarry this. This has just gotten way too out of hand, way too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what is an Animage that is underfarmed due to a Juggernaut that's running at you like this? I mean, it's going to be a tough game for him to find those openings.
No, it's just him like running around farming. The other four have to handhold as they're just being ran at from all of OG. And Saksa just always finding the targets.
Silence, trying to give the opportunity for the Phoenix to get out of here, but the coil forces an egg, and that in turn is killed, as is Kuro Thompson. Relentless now, as it just seems like he's almost mad. He's pissed off that his good laning phase of game 1 was ruined by so many Nigma rotations that he's come back into this game 2 with a serious vengeance.
It really does feel that way. He's a 9-0 and a puck versus a DK. They know exactly how to play around it. OG with just no chill. This is no chill mode really from OG. Look at the ward coverage, the sentry coverage too. It's just no hope for Nigma to come back in it. It's just Miracle running around looking for farm, but look at Saksa. He knows where he is. He's going to place a ward defensively on their side so that they can watch Miracle, so they can potentially catch him as well while all the disasters happening in their base.
Hook shot not up for another 5 seconds. Otherwise, this could have been a prolonged chase on Miracle. Still maybe
pushes them away from the bounties though. Yeah, and Thompson's going to swing over too. So potentially they can still find him.
Nigma are actually going to smoke out to this Animage, expecting a move from potentially Thompson. It's certainly coming from Saksa, and Saksa, his smoke, it's going to be broken onto him, and he should die here pretty quickly. The 5th kill of this game in 20 minutes for Nigma.
Feels good killing that Clockwork though. He has been such a big thorn in their side, just punishing all these heroes that just do get punished from Clockwork. You know, Earthshaker and all this, he's been excellent. And now, this Urn still online. They'll find Weehaw with the Midnight Pulse.
Yeah, I mean, the Coil Midnight Pulse is a nice combo. Just a great way to ensure that you get a decent amount of that damage out with very little risk required. Miracle's Courier's going to die as it heads back through, but Miracle's got bigger fish to fry. He's trying to find farm anywhere he can on the map, but he's being chased everywhere he goes. He's going to go for a TP out. They spot him. Vacuum. Malefice is there from No Tail. And the Black Hole with the wall just to make sure. And they do indeed have him dead to rights. This is a slaughter, Fogged.
It really is. And I do need to give credit to, because I haven't said it, No-Tail is doing so well in this Enigma. The 4-1-4 skill build, he started out with 4-1-1, just the 1 point in the Eidolons. It's actually had such a big impact this game. His Black Holes have been on point too. They're just, they're really just running away with the game.
Oh, Weehaw. They actually do manage to get there. Oh, but the orb rolled him over before he could finish up with a Fisher. Still, though, if they kill Mid-1, it's well worth it. Mid-1 has been given all this space, but for what? Maybe for a good fight. A vacuum over to the side. An egg is on out, but Nigma have already lost all their heroes, so it's GH left alone. That's going to be scrambled eggs for breakfast for OG, and paired up with a nice tier 3 tower.
I believe that's that. OG running over this game. Just it really is a testament of how they played and how relentlessly aggressive they were, of just bringing the Juggernaut in from bottom, just bringing multiple heroes in to just take the early tier 1s, invade the map, take advantage of the greed from Nigma. Never let them play the game that they want to play. Play your own game. Just play super aggressive. It's been that the entire game. 11-0-11 on Thompson.
Oh! Echo, and his orb has already been used, so there's not going to be a fast way to get out. That is Godlike Spree, given over to Miracle. A glimmer of hope, a small bit of life for Nigma in the darkness.
A very small glimmer of hope.
Very, very small indeed. I can't believe this timing on this Blink Dagger. Mind Control picks up a Blink Dagger as a core Earthshaker, 22 minutes. If they can get another kill like this on mid one, it gets the healing ward out. It's going to be a long chase if they really want this, and it's going to be a very awkward one with Soxa positioning such a great cogs that it ensures the Dragon Knight's going to die first, and Nigma not feeling good about chasing up that high ground. OG Seb still has his Blink Dagger, his wall and vacuum combo, but opts not to keep that chase going.
That's a good call, actually, that you're saying, because Mind Control had double bracer and some other items. He sold everything to get this Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
He has relegated himself to a full support now, so it is truly a 4 protect 1 from the side of Nigma now.
Yeah, I mean, last game, GH had a Blink Dagger at like 16 minutes, I think, because we talked about he still had time to farm up for his shard, which was coming at 20 minutes. So, you know, it just goes to show a dramatic difference in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
OG, you see how scared Miracle is. Even if they know they're Roshing, I mean, look what it takes to Rosh. It's just mid one and no tail. That's it. They still have the hunting squad out there of Thompson and Soxa on the map, smoked up right now, so Miracle can't really show until he sees the puck somewhere.
Really smart. Yeah, really, really nicely done by OG. They're prepping. It's like I was talking about for Nigma the last game. It's just thinking about the next thing, right? They're always just thinking about the next thing, setting up. Set up for this Rosh, set up your wards, set up where anti-mage can farm. Even though you're so far ahead, it's still just in case. Just in case of anything, have everything prepared and done at the maximum. DD, they scout Kuroki in the base too. Juggernaut fully online now with the Aghanims and the Ag Shard with this Maelstrom.
Yeah, jeez. A DD is just an excuse. A two-man hook shot from Soxa. It's not going to get much better than this. An opportunity for a black hole. They vacuum him inside of the cogs to make that 3 inside that little window, with GH going to be the last to fall with the egg down. He's going to buy back, but what good of use is that?
Oh my God.
And dies instantly. That wasn't an Omni Slash. That was a Switch Strike. He's still got that extra firepower ready to go on mid one thanks to the DD. He is just blowing up everybody on the side of Nigma. And where's Miracle? Still somewhere inside of the jungle. You can't blame him either. What's he supposed to do with an anti-mage of 25 minutes? He's not supposed to be winning the game yet.
I'm sure everybody's looking at this and being like, this is exactly what happens every time I see anti-mage. OG really taking advantage of that pick and just dominating this game from start to finish. 34-7. Nigma, they're trying to force them back, but Miracle just not going to be ready. He still doesn't even have the basher. He's still just not even prepared to go into this. And they're actually setting up for him. Thompson, he's hunting.
He's going to get out. The coil doesn't snatch him. Seb has already used his Blink Dagger, so looks like they're going to have to give up on that chase. Still, though, it doesn't really matter too much. They can just run it right back up to that top lane.
And they have base wards, too, so they see poor Nigma stuck inside the base. They're going to get the D wards, but they see all 4 heroes there. Seb gonna force out the bottom lane. He's gonna have a Hex finished up any moment, so they're already preparing for the later stages. So if anti-mage shows up, if he's able to get farmed, if he does get big, they'll have the preparation for him. They'll have the control. Maybe not Thompson, because he looks like he's just going for a fun build, but the rest of them.
Well, it kind of feels like to me for game 3 that you just cannot be grabbing heroes with long cooldowns and being ultimate dependent. I mean, this pace that both of these teams have set is way too fast for that. I mean, we were having so much action before the supports got anywhere close to 6. Mid was being dove at by it was like a 4-on-4 in the mid lane. And, one side has a Phoenix Death Prophet. Like, that just pretty much set the pace of the game.
Yeah. OG, no mercy.
Absolutely no mercy, and what a pace of the game, man. With mid one going this Midas Boots of Travel build, on top of that going for the level 15 talent, decreasing the healing ward cooldown.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just made sure we're always going to be on map. There's always going to be a threat of us potentially 5-manning into you, and our pressure is never going to let up. We're never going to have to back out because healing ward's on cooldown for too long. It'll be back up very shortly.
That has been the biggest thing, too. Just them never having to back up. They've always just had their place on the map to look for aggressive plays. As Mind Control shows himself for a second, and he's just dead.
Yep, and he probably played a little bit forward there because he has a buyback, but it's not like OG had to commit a whole lot. That was just a Swift Slash. Coil being used, they can reset if they really want to, but OG looks like they feel confident that this last minute of Aegis is going to be put to good use. Nigma pretty much have to poke at him, try and force him back and see if they can waste this Aegis, but there's the healing ward. It's up again, thanks to all this heal they've got. Okay, they're going to smoke up, go around. Last-ditch effort here for Nigma in this game, too. Otherwise, we're going to a third and deciding game as Kuro's going to lead the way with the Exorcism blinking in inside of the cogs with the Midnight Pulse already out. A big nuke coming out from Thompson. Miracle tries to show himself, but he immediately gets pulled into the black hole. Another pull in for the vacuum and mind control. He'll die as well. GH is the topper, and that's it. A 5-0 team wipe with an Aegis still intact. That says everything you need to know. This was an incredibly dominant game by OG. I mean, fucked. If you thought that Nigma put on a show in game 1, OG, that was the showstopper right there.
Yeah, and it may look like that free anti-mage game where he's not playing versus all the control and everything, but he is playing versus the death ball. And just the aggression that OG played with this Jug, with this Darkseer. We've seen the Jug Darkseer a lot of times with this kind of pressure plays, but now with a puck like this, they make it work so well. They just don't give any hopes or dreams for Nigma. They only had 7 kills in the game. They just ran out of any steam so quickly as all tier 1s were lost at, 12, 13, 14 minutes in, something early like that.
Why am I like this? Something's always up. it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light today, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light today, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars are burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see your blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the time. I can't find the point where pass the line, but you're the night sky. I'm trying to see your stars, but I always fear the dark. Now I see violet, I can feel your silence. You always feel so far when your stars are burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find validity in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky.
And when I start to think, oh, the Tahoe closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
the same?
The
What is different?
evolution.
That's
the
evolution?
clock.
Ah.
There it is.
I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that, actually.
That means Shaker goes to OG?
Well, no, they won't pick Shaker
yeah.
because they pick clock to block it. But
Yeah.
I would have just left both. You take whatever you'd like for Kuro, perhaps, or even a DP early if you really value it that high. Because now OG just ignores Shaker, and you have a Clockwork all of a sudden, first pick overall.
But I think in this position, like, look at the 3 drafts that you had. The bans are the same in all 3 games. Bat, IO, Nyx, Morphling. Puck gets offered up for OG, they take it. In what scenario are they able to pick, Shaker first, Nigma go Clockwork? If you don't pick Puck, Nigma get the Puck. Like, this is like the one scenario that they can play for right now.
And that denies, well, not denies, but I'm thinking Nigma goes this clock. They love the clock with GH Coddle. Because this is a 5 position for Kuro that sort of covers it. The thing is, Earth Spirit Puck can hunt a Coddle quite effectively, so I'm not sure they'll want it in this spot.
It was also
DP also looks good.
Yeah, it was untouched in the last series when it was offered up. Like, so potentially another thing as well. And they go for the Viper. Yeah.
Wow.
Strong
Keeps
lanes.
getting banned out second phase.
Yeah, we talk about lanes winning games, and they just open up with this clock flex. And
yeah, good luck getting a kill on any of these lanes. You can't really kill Clock very easily. Viper, tough one too.
Exactly that.
I mean,
Love it.
Viper's typically been played as an offlane by most players lately, but it can be flexible. You could put it mid, so I guess it does kind of give them those options right now as a flex.
And that's exactly what Nigma's been looking for. And when you think about these 3 games, the reason why these captains, these teams, they haven't changed like the pick or the side is simply because they think that their strategy is better and they need to make 1 or 2 adjustments to get there. And that's why we're not seeing like the bans change or the order change, because both captains believe so much in their team and what they're bringing to this draft.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so much fun. I appreciate good Dota.
Yeah.
Also, Thompson is just on fire. Like, I can't believe how consistent this guy is. Same goes with GH, though. I think for me, individually, these 2 are the standouts thus far. Both shined in the game that their team won.
It would be pretty interesting if Nigma do put this Viper mid lane into a potential Puck, where you both just push the lane out, but Viper suddenly gets to farm up the 2 camps next to your jungle as well, because you're playing Radiant side. Yeah, it's now green. Oh,
it's a weird matchup. Like, Viper is certainly favored, but the old, I don't know if it functions the same as it was in the past, where Puck could never really pressure the Viper. But I remember when people used to counterpick Quaps with Viper, and you would just not die, and Quap tries to harass you, and you do so much damage with Corrosive, it's just ineffective. But the Earth Spirit equalizes things, because if you kill the Viper a couple times mid, suddenly you just feel terrible, because you want to play aggressive, now you're getting coiled, and you're just feeding
Kill a Viper anywhere, mate, and you'll feel like nothing. If he has like 4 deaths in the first like 15 minutes, it's not really a Viper game anymore. It just becomes like this mobile ward that might buy a BKB if he's a lucky lad. Same bans though from OG, the Death Prophet, the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, Death Prophet's got to go.
Nigma now. Sorry?
Pretty good against Viper as well, too, potentially, because you just decrep whoever is going on, or decrep Viper himself, and then you reset your poison stacks. So that one makes sense.
Interesting thing here is from Nigma. Again, another drafting development. They pushed the Pugna ban from the final phase of bans up into that second phase, because clearly it's been a thing that they're scared of going into that final phase. And in terms of the big picture strategy and how OG just won that second game, I think that's why they're pushing up. So, okay, we can't have this much pressure. It simplifies them too much. They can play at 4. They can play it anywhere pretty much.
But they do leave with that the Lycan and the Clinks in, because they also banned the Juggernaut. We saw the Healing Word being super successful, but the Clinks and Lycan in the pool.
The Clinks was a ban due to the Death Prophet pick, and them trying to keep that up.
You don't mind as much when you have clock. The thing I'd be spooked about is minion heroes. The Lycan is very scary. Illusion heroes aren't as good against Viper as they were in the past, because, as an example, the Juxtapose from PL doesn't proc if you're a Nether Toxin, but heroes like Lycan kind of eat you alive. 12, 13-minute Necro 3, there's nothing you can do if you just get ran at.
Is Enigma then still a threat as well?
Not as much. The clock somewhat covers that. You'll always have the BKB interrupt.
But I think it could be very easy for OG to pick Enigma right here.
True.
Flex it between offlane and 5, and suddenly Enigma picks one hero. They reveal what's happening a bit more, and then OG gets to enter into that phase.
That hero, I think Enigma might just be good enough where there is no such thing as like bad matchups, because the hero just does so much damage. And
Bring back the old Lich.
So much utility.
For the love of, I want to see the old Lich. I want to be able to sacrifice my creeps.
Oh, God.
Look, there's a little smile from Purge. He knows. He agrees.
That's what I like.
I miss being able to play mid lich. I had a great time. That's the only reason I want it back.
The Prophet is so nice here. It owns both of this support duo for Nigma. And yeah, we just saw No-Tail on the Enigma, but this is what he used to do all the time.
I see it. I've seen it on the posters.
The key thing is it's a support that has that kind of wall of, summons or whatever you want to call it in front of them. They get to body block the battery assault. They get to harass the shaman who normally has boots and doesn't like to get punched. He likes to be the one punching. So yeah, I like the idea from OG, trying to double down on the fact that Nigma has really strong lanes. So OG is going to try and get their strong lanes because of the support pick.
And you already have 2 hunters. You have Puck and Earth Spirit, 2 heroes that just need a little bit of bonus damage. This mid Viper, if it is mid, is in a lot of trouble. A roll in, a summon, trees spawn, it's 5 minutes in, and there's like what feels like 4 heroes under your tower. It's real difficult to play Dota.
They have kind of weak stuns though. That's one downside. Like they can certainly initiate on him and prevent him from leaving, but has a decent chance of getting a return kill in those circumstances right now.
I'd love to see like a Mars pick from Nigma here, because they play it in both lanes. I know we loves playing it mid, maybe not so much within the team environment yet, but I know within his pubs he does. So I think that could be like an open flex pick that they have demonstrated within the last 2 games. And it does really well against like overwhelming tower pressure, but not direct tower pressure.
What do you think about Ember Spirit?
Also works pretty well, for sure.
What about Shadow Fiend?
What about Shadow?
This is not the time for that purge. Don't make Carl happy.
Yeah, the Shaman's nice. It's another hex mechanic, but it's a lot better than the Lion in this game. Just because of the Earth Spirit factor.
Yeah, again, like we mentioned, like what pick is the most critical part of the draft. For Nigma right now, on this pick, this pretty much unlocks everything for OG to understand, because you're going to know what is the Viper, what is going to be the weak lane that you can potentially counterpick straight away, and this is why this pick's so vital. Often, the better teams will get a more kind of where's the hero going, the flexible hero, unless there's a big hero. But OG, they've picked 2 supports and a puck, like it's so hard to pick a core with confidence and not suddenly get countered by a PL or some big kind of win condition type
and
hero.
if you pick a carry here that's exposed by Prophet.
Oh, well done.
Man.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you.
Dude, it's just way better if you're not acting surprised that you're going to ride.
I don't care. Mom, I made it. I did it. Sorry. Anyway, OG, they got 1 more pick left. This is where they get to maybe try and get a big boss core. But again, like I said, the flexibility of the Mars and the Viper does cause some concerns for OG, I think, in getting the perfect pick.
No-Tail talking to his teammates.
Who sits on the left? That's important, because if it's a core player,
it's mid one.
It's mid one.
Look, the monkey in the background. See the monkey face?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you're right.
So he's talking to mid. There it is. That's why they picked the Ricky.
There it is.
Oh my god.
That's a deep. That's some
good analysis, background analysis.
They've done this in the past. They really like Riki against Mars. I mean, it's relatively simple, but Mars blocks damage from the front. Riki does bonus damage from the back.
I will
countered.
say the matchup used to be very Ricky favored, but I feel like it's maybe shifting more towards Mars, just because the type of laners he's with allows complete pressure to Ricky. And there is a point where the Ricky, when he's by himself on an island, the Mars suddenly kills him, the game can feel awkward. And he isn't a carry that suddenly moves to the other side of the map and pressures.
However, it goes both ways, because you can also trick the trade out of the arena. It's just about whether or not you get caught and speared to the wall. You are a very low HP hero, but you're still... I just love this, because when you have a Prophet, you want high reach heroes, and you want an invis hero if you could get it, and you want stuns and catch. You have all of this now, and it represents so much threat. You could be just chilling in a lane by yourself. All of a sudden, a Riki's there's a roll in, there's a summon Wrath of Nature hits, you're like, oh shit, I'm dead.
So as far as the previous 2 games go, where we saw a team that played fastest won the game, basically, how fast are these 2 lineups able to play?
Pretty slow, actually, in regards to game 1, game 2.
Yeah.
These are both kind of lineups that need a bit more time. The Viper traditionally needs to have an item or 2 before complete domination. He does do well in lane, but for OG, the Ricky needs Battlefield +1. But he will join fights.
If Riki runs through Nether Toxin, he uninvises, right? And also wouldn't do the extra backstab damage?
A purge?
I don't know that one.
It's a very specific situation. I know that if you are not invis and within it, you don't go to invis.
Yes.
I assume, logically speaking, you shouldn't suddenly become visible. I think that's a bit too nutty.
Because it already triggered.
Exactly. That would be my assumption on the situation. Because I have seen Rickies before stand within Toxin and get surprised when they do die. It's very comical.
Alk ban. Good ban.
And an Oracle ban.
So Nigma are very much in the position that this is the offlane they're in, and now they have this Enigma flex, like we mentioned earlier, that keeps their draft a little bit more open because they are first pick. Nigma, they need a hero, I think, that applies pressure. They have strong lanes, but they need someone who can say at minute 15, at minute 20, join me and take this fight. This is why the likes of Alk and Monkey King are amazing bans, because they're heroes that at that window want to cross that river.
You can't, Nepo, never mind.
Purge, you are in the
does
lobby.
make you visible.
It does make you visible?
Even if you're invisible, if you run on Nether Tux, you're instantly visible. If you run off, you become invisible again. So it's basically where you are on it.
All right, I have a question, Purge.
It's not common, but.
Purge, are you in the lobby?
Wow.
No, I'm not.
Darn it. I want to know who's playing what on the side of OG. There's so many possibilities.
We have an answer.
Mid one Ricky.
Yeah.
Seb, Native Prophet. No Till Enigma.
So the question is, do you put the Enigma against the Dusa just to try and slow it down? It's a really nice pick. You're going to run out of damage on the side of OG here.
I think the important thing here is the Enigma plays with the Ricky most likely, just to ensure he has a start to the game, get some XP, and then it's about the pressure you have. And I like the fact that even though Enigma picks this Medusa, who is so hard to kill behind this wall of aggression that they're going to have, the Enigma will eventually pressure her in the fight. Like, if you don't have ult, I can kill you.
5 position.
No, but like, you still have to respect that threat. Yeah. And yeah, I like both drafts. This is going to be an incredible game.
Third game to the series, Purge. What do you got?
Yeah, I think Ricky can be pressured in lane by Mars. We saw it in another match the other day, so I think putting Enigma there is going to help offset that. But I think the Ricky matchup against Medusa doesn't seem that terrible to me. So OG, I guess. I'm not super confident, though.
It's all going to be about pace and tempo. Like, if OG can take command of the game again, they're going to be in a really good spot. But Seb has to play an excellent game. You're going to see massive collapse upon middle. It's just survival for the side of Enigma. Keep your towers alive, find good fights with Arena, and can't lose towers and map control early.
More even game than the previous two.
Yeah, this should be like a 45, 50 minute plus game for sure. I think there's no way this ends quickly.
Over, under 1.5 rapiers.
There's no 1.5. What is 1.5?
Over.
How do you do 1.5 in a one game? There's literally either 1 or 2.
Exactly. Will there be more than 1.5 or less than 1.5?
All right.
We got a game 3 energy. Let's get some energy, please. Thank you. Woo!
All right, I am very hyped for this as well, and I'm going to be more hyped listening to Cap and Fogged.
That's right. Thank you for that wonderful 2.5 panel that we just saw as we head into Game 3 of Nigma versus OG and Fogged. It feels like we are going to have slight differences in style. Where do you think this lineup is going?
Oh, man. I quite like OG just because they have a very comfortable lineup that they just played with. But then I'm seeing this last pick Medusa could be a threat because they might just run out of damage. But again, I do feel like it might be slow. It might be too slow. Viper and Medusa are very immobile heroes, so it's going to be really telltale where the fight's going to be. I feel like OG has a good way to be able to move and force lanes out and just pick and choose where they're going to be battling. And maybe it's going to catch Nigma a bit off guard. Either way, I'm excited to see how it's going to all kick off. I'm excited to see how much this Viper is going to be able to do also versus this Ricky. And just if the 5 position Enigma is going to work and if it's going to become more popular. This is looking pretty cool.
If I could describe these lineups, I'd say it's like OG, who are going to have the faster-paced mobile lineup that is looking to outmaneuver Nigma. But Nigma, they have the brick wall.
30 seconds.
You know, OG has the lineup that might be able to outmaneuver until they run into that Viper in a good position on a high ground or the Mars arena. Like, quite literally, there is going to be some serious barriers when it comes to either the Cogs, the Stone Gaze, the arena. Seb?
He looks like he knows. He's taunting
does.
Man.
I mean,
We've seen a lot of 5-man movements.
Yeah,
he's going to scout with the treants.
All right, well, they're going to push down. It looks like Soxa is still going to try and get this bounty rune, perhaps, because it's just a Medusa. So, yeah, he does grab it. And as a result, 3 bounty runes for OG.
But yeah, I definitely agree that it really does feel like if the fight is where Nigma's able to actually get this Viper stand down and Mars gets a good ult and Deuce is on their backline, they can. But I think OG has ways to play around it. They have these 2 heroes that can jump out of the Mars ulti very easy. The Puck as well as the Ricky have ways to be able to play around it pretty nicely. But yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see as it can be a very make or break hero, you know, Viper. This is a pretty risky one to pick in these type of matchups, but they do like it versus that puck, and that's why they did go for it.
We're watching Weeha's Dragon Turtle Viper, one of my favorite sets, just push in the mid lane into the Thompson puck. The bottom
that
lane.
set looks so weird.
Oh, yeah.
It really does.
It's pretty funny. I actually want to talk about this bottom lane because I think the analyst had some interesting things to talk about. Riki is just sort of like a kind of very straightforward one-to-one counter to Mars. He's hard to lock down with a spear, can get around Bulwark. But I thought it was interesting what T-Governor was saying about the fact that based on the support, you can pressure the Riki still a lot in lane as Weeha may actually die here with all this aggression that he was going for. Thompson, he's going to go for easy creep deny, but it's not going to be enough. Thompson
my God.
claims the first blood, and Weeha is already suffering.
And just the thing is, too, is the way... maybe this will be a breakdown for Purge or something like that, but just looking at that, how he played it, this was actually Viper forcing the wave in super hard. Thompson not last hitting. Thompson was just right-clicking him during all of it, so he actually got him low enough to be able to chase down. That was a pretty cool little play coming out from the two of them there. And yeah, back to the thing about the support pushing out. I've been seeing that a lot lately, actually. I know Brian made up a point about it too when you're playing with like Legion Commander. It's not about the threat of the front hero, it's the threat of the back hero that actually shuts down a lot of these carries. So I quite like that too, where Shadow Shaman is good versus the Riki. High base damage, you have this control.
An interesting note that they both went for Orb of Venom in that side lane. Midwan was given extra tangos to get the ooh first, and Mind Control picks it up a little bit later in order to try and continue this pressure onto the Riki. They are just demolishing some Eidolons though in this bottom lane.
Yeah, that's the thing that it offsets is like they do have this Enigma who's getting these constant denies. So you see he's already got, he's about to have the 8th one, but they are getting those Eidolon trades because it's a Mars versus these summons. So there's like this fun trade that's going between the two of them. And mid one, he's coming out.
Dude, he's going again. Thompson gets in front of Weeha. He's going to jump forward into the tower. Whoa!
Oh, what? He stopped it.
He stopped that last attack. Weeha didn't have a Fairy Fire. He gets the salve from the Courier, so he'll be able to play back into the lane still, but...
That looked like he was dead. He must have maybe hit the tower and then stopped instantly just as soon as he thought he didn't get it. That was, yeah, a bit of a slip up there from Thompson, maybe. That's now Weeha. Maybe he can take advantage of it.
Oh, GH. Do manage to kill No Tail in the bottom lane while we're watching Weeha continue to try and pressure Thompson. He is actually now out of mana, which is going to be an interesting turn of events for this matchup. He actually still has a Mango in his back pocket, though.
Yeah, he's going to bring just Salve Mango to be able to lane, but yeah, Weeha now has won the Sustain War, and he might be able to get Thompson. Fairy Fire play, he'll be okay. They're actually going to bring Soxa maybe to kind of bait. Thompson going to go for a bait play here, and they're going to try kicking him under, perhaps?
Yeah, this is perfect. They give him the salve and immediately go for the roll-in kick. So Thompson gets just enough HP that he'll be able to survive and get aggressive onto the Viper twice now that Weeha has died, this time to a big rotation. It does leave Seb alone, but honestly, what can a Clockwork really do to a Nature's Prophet? Those Treants cause them some serious havoc with that battery assault.
I've been seeing this dynamic so much lately, actually, in the EU DPC is this offlaner plus Earth Spirit. The offlaner just gets left alone, and he just does just fine, and the Earth Spirit can make so much spaces. They're even getting onto Miracle as Kuro's battery assault just comes back up.
Yeah, Seb doing a lot of work with this Nature's Prophet. Gets right in the face of Miracle and Kuro. Weeha trying to make use of this haste rune that he found, but Thompson... Greetings, he says. I'm willing to fight you. I'm willing to fight back. I'm not going to be just totally pushed out of my lane after all. I've already gotten 2 kills.
Very fun lane to watch here now. Just Thompson dancing around while poisoned the whole time.
Miracle's dead. Look at these Treant blocking. Seb is relentless.
Very nicely done. That's huge. Whenever you're able to slow down Medusa at all, like 1 or 2 deaths, these deaths really hurt when you're playing this full 4 protect 1 especially. Seb being enabled also, that means he's going to have an early level 6.
We got to get a W in here somewhere for Nigma, and maybe that's going to be No Tail going down the mid lane fight, though. Can Weeha win this before the TP? He does. He does manage to get the kill on Thompson. Soxa will collect the bounty for Weeha's Viper, but still, well worth the trade-off, I think, this time around for Weeha. Meanwhile, Mind Control also got the kill on bottom lane on the Enigma, as they're able to catch him out. Kuro's now going to play in this bottom lane as well. They really want to pressure this Riki pre-6.
Yeah, really deep ward, too. They wanted to try to pressure with the catapult wave. They'll get a nice courier kill, but N0tail actually just eats the catapult. The beauty of having a 5-position Enigma is now your push is gone bottom lane. So Kuroki makes the move bottom, but now that's going to leave the Medusa up top isolated. And now it's going to be this important next timing for OG. Level 6 on the Nature's Prophet's going to come out pretty soon. Then they can look to make so many global plays. Weehaw has to be careful. Even bottom lane has to be careful how far they step up. Nigma has to be prepared for that 6 to come out at any moment.
Well, they may have killed a lot of Eidolons, and they may have killed even N0tail himself a number of times. The resulting space still puts mid one top of the CS, so they weren't able to pressure the Riki as much as maybe they would have liked, like the way Tiga was talking about. Instead, that duo has just been killing the 5 position over and over again.
Mid, Thompson, he actually uses the orb.
And the Invis managed to get him with the strike. Thompson doesn't have a quick way out of here, but just far enough underneath the tower that Weehaw doesn't feel good about diving any longer. The raindrops definitely being a big mitigating factor there in the kill power, as Mind Control does have a spear. Mid one, it's going to wait out the cloak and just pin him in order to get back. Roll up top lane, rolls past Miracle, straight into the hands of GH, immediately hexes him up. They still get a nice kick onto Miracle, but they're running out of damage now, and Seb, he's been caught by Kuro. The creep wave's coming in, though. The battery assault isn't nailing him every single time. Seb is hoping to be able to get the kill on GH before he goes down. Fairy Fire keeps him alive for a little bit longer. They both get traded out here, while Saksa, trying to juke away into the trees, does have a roll-up blocked by Kuro. Okay. Can they still get this somehow? The cogs, oh no, it pushed him out.
Nice aggressive moves. And the fact that they could at least bait the coil mid means that Wrath of Nature's not as threatening. They almost get the kill top onto the Medusa, but they will get Seb first. But still, OG, they're okay with this. They're still getting good farm, up to a 2K advantage. Mid one is not being pressured. And sure, Seb goes down, but he's still farming really well up in that top lane.
Yeah, now Mind Control is level 5 against a level 6 Riki in a solo lane. He does not want to be there any longer.
Yeah, the power of this Enigma. I mean, honestly, he's died twice, but 16 denies. Look at that disparity in experience and just farm too. It's really working. It really is. And maybe we'll start to see some more rise of these support Enigmas. It does seem pretty clever. Especially versus these tanky offlaners where your Midnight Pulse is just going to start getting super valuable later on too. GH, he steps a bit far up.
Pushed him back first with the God's Rebuke. Mid one opting not to chase any further. No need to. He's just keeping them out of experience range.
He'll bring Miracle toward the mid lane to start clearing up some jungle camps as Weehaw pushes Sox away. And there was the Wrath of Nature. So looking to make these constant plays around that. Yeah, up to a 3K gold lead. OG really starting to take over. And it really feels like it's going to be tough for Enigma to set up a lot of aggressive moves, especially to shut down mid one ever. It's not going to be easy until Mind Control has that level 6 in particular.
Yeah, they just simply don't have any real big kill power. They don't have that big threat on the board. So OG feels like they're able to just be super aggressive without much punishment.
And both games so far that we've seen, the team who's able to play aggressive, the team who's able to dictate the pace of the start of the game has been pretty solid as Miracle. He's found, kicked out of the coil.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Miracle is barely going to survive, though, thanks in part to the hex. There was the silence, though. Nice play from Saksa, preventing the extra disables onto the puck. It does mean very likely Saksa is going to give up his life to protect Thompson, but still, quick thinking by him.
Now, Mind Control has to take the top lane because he wants the lane versus this Nature's Prophet. Viper has to jungle. But this downtime, I feel like OG's fine. OG's really happy with this, and it feels like the downtime's going to continue. I don't really know how Nigma forces the issue as bottom. GH shows his face. He's getting surrounded by 3 heroes.
Something Kyle was talking about in the draft. At any point in time with a Nature's Prophet, an Invis hero, and a ganking 4, you're just going to get outmaneuvered. You never know when you're just sitting by yourself and all of a sudden there's going to be 3-4 heroes quickly surrounding you. 10-minute bounty runes are coming up here. Kuro looking to secure them, but N0tail's already in position to stop that one. And with the Malefice, they'll make sure that the captain of Nigma does die. Miracle does pick up a haste rune.
Which he needed. He probably was dead if it was any other rune, actually. That was very fortunate as OG really starting to... They're steamrolling now at this point. All 3 cores farming really well, and supports on the side of Nigma are very underleveled here. They're still not quite hitting the 6 even after getting the tomes. We see the supports on the side of OG. They're both about to be 6.
And if they give up this mid tower, it's going to feel like Nigma just have no space to breathe right now as Weehaw getting lower and lower with the extra bit of damage. Might be able to kill him, but Kuro is on top of No-Tail. At the same time, Mind Control gets dangerously low at the top lane. They did manage to chase down No-Tail, but look at Weehaw. He's being tracked out by mid one. Weehaw knows, though. A smart read by him. He TPs out instead of walking back.
Look at Kuro. He's stuck. He's been trapped by his teammate. He has to wait the whole time too. He can't get out of there.
They have no way to get him out. God, if he just died to mid one right now.
Oh no, the tree stuck to the tricks of the trade. Okay, gets a sentry down.
Okay, they roll into the wards here. The wards are not going to time out that soon, but they do manage to kill both the supports here. Mind Control's going to come in, make sure Saksa is finished. The spear actually not killing Saksa. Nailed No-Tail in the back.
Now they're diving.
Still, yeah, there's going to be Seb coming in for this play as well. They've already killed Miracle, and Mind Control, he'll be cleaned up as well pretty easily, as there it is. Seb with the Wrath of Nature, or no, actually the Orchid Tick. That was enough to kill him. They take this mid tower. It fogged.
This is out of control already.
Yeah.
Like, Medusa's not going to have space to farm. Viper is now a Viper. So you're just super vulnerable to dying to anything as you're very isolated. Cap, this game we might not see much longer of this game. This Miracle Medusa might not be able to get a chance to get any farm as he's lost control of his 2 jungles. Just like the last game, OG just putting the pressure on, even taking the Ancients now. And with all these summons, they can clear all this area and keep control of it. And ults are all coming back online. This is looking rough.
Yeah, Nigma, I think they were hoping to, off of a more successful laning phase, build that brick wall that we were talking about, but it feels like OG has been tearing it down and the act of it being built up brick by brick. Nigma just do not get to have any space to be able to cement a position in this game. They're now down 8,000 net worth. They have nowhere really to farm. Weehaw, even if he does survive through this engagement with Tops, it goes to show like he just doesn't get a moment's rest.
No, they're totally on the back foot, and now it's, Mars has to be the space creator because the Viper's having such a hard time that he's just going to get gone on every time if he does show his face. And there we go, Mind Control comes in.
Still, they still managed to kill GH thanks to the Coil plus Wrath of Nature. They didn't even need Seb himself to be in that fight. Thompson, he's just going to kind of toy around here with the enemies, see if they can catch him somehow, but unlikely.
Yeah, with the cast range talent especially, he can just jump up these cliffs with the Waiting Rift quite easily. As Mid1 is still playing, he's going for Battle Fury, but he's still playing as if he's more active. Like, he's just literally running at Miracle every time he shows.
Hey, he doesn't get a chance to get anything off here. All of his mana is taken away. He did have wand charges, and OG recognizing that both the wand charges and the TP did mean that Nigma could turn things around with a Stone Gaze. GH.
Thompson?
They're going to go for him. Thompson does get hexed up first, though, but they're going to dive in. Cox actually pushing Thompson to the side, but fortunately, the orb was still up. A nice spear nails Mid1 and reveals him into the tree over there. And thanks in part to a good setup by GH and the Sentry, Nigma finally get a core kill here.
But bottom, the 2 supports. Viper in the bottom lane is he's just dead.
Yeah, this is No-Tail. I mean, he's shown he could just black hole for free.
Yep. Positions like these that you get very concerned when there's the Viper in the game. Now he's 1-4. His game feels pretty over, and he's up versus some pretty hard carries. And we're seeing the way that OG, they forced the issue top. They even saw all the teleports finish, and they still didn't care. They still made that aggressive move because I don't think they care if they die. They're getting too much on the map. Nigma's not able to withstand all this pressure.
Kuro trying to protect. They do manage to get the combo here onto Sasa, but still, he's just getting ripped apart by Mid1. He does so much damage with the Wrath of Nature on top. They think the moment they've got a small window, but maybe get a kill, turns out that Mid1 and there's Wrath of Nature from Seb do way too much damage. They demolish Nigma.
This game is well and truly over, it feels, as the Medusa already feels like she's countered. Viper's game is over. Mars's game is nowhere near able to be salvaged, and your lanes are still being pressured on all fronts. OG just merciless in these last 2 games, not giving any breathing room to these greedy picks. It really does feel like the greed just... They know how to punish it. We know the way OG likes to play when they do get a chance to play aggressive, and that's what we've seen.
Well, if Nigma took that Viking GG series and learned something about aggression and a Razor pickup, I'd love to see what they learned from this series because, man, this has just been blistering pace sent by OG in the last 2 games. Now they're going to run into him with an Orchid and Miracle trying to cut down the tree, cuts the wrong one, stuck inside, and just dead again. Mind Control, desperate for something, is going to land a spear here. They've got the disables to kill Thompson, surely, as Saksa does try and interrupt things. It looks like Thompson gotten a little bit too big for his britches, or maybe just started a fight that was overall good. Is GH still going to die to Seb? Seb gets off the Wrath of Nature. Big boost of damage is going to be coming in, but Seb does die to the spear to the wall. Pinned up and killed. No Tail doesn't have the black hole. They're going to get in front of Saksa here. Uh-oh. Here comes mid one, and I believe he's got a fresh Battle Fury. And that damage.
Kuro's stuck the whole time. He's stuck in the Serpent Wards again, Cap. He couldn't help the entire time. He's just stuck. I actually could not believe it. I'm like, where the hell is the clock? And he's stuck in the Serpent Wards. He can't help out. Perhaps they could get another kill, but he's actually stuck 2 times this game. Poor Kuroki. A possibility where they're able to clean up maybe a few more kills for Weehaw, and he's actually just stuck. And the hope disappears for the fight for Nigma there, as again, losing Miracle at the start of it all.
Mid one. Now he's got his Battle Fury, so that fight was bad before. It's about to get even worse as he's managed to pick up his big farming item, his damage item, and if they get Roshan as well here completely. I feel like this is the last chance. Fog. Nigma, they have to get into this pit.
They have to get a nice Stone Gaze with a nice Marzolt covering, but Marzolt's still down for 20 seconds.
Yeah. And he's smoked up on the side of OG to protect this, but Curl and the rest of the boys are still going to get there. They're going to catch No Tail, no opportunity to get off a black hole, and Roshan's low. This is a huge window here. Nigma, do they have the power to take this by themselves? Yorkit's going to go out. That's another resource that's going to be used. Mind Control's got to be careful. Oh, the cogs! It pushes Thompson. He gets nailed by the spear. Can they actually kill him? A wall goes out. They throw everything they have. Thompson's dead. Now the Stone Gaze. It's caught Saksa and an attempt to roll away. Denied by the battery soul. And Seb too. Now he's trying to go on the run. A buyback from Saksa. A re-engagement. OG. They plan to be able to still take this fight as mid one's demolishing these supports, but another cogs pushes him away. Weeha's in trouble with a buyback from Saksa. With Seb on the high ground, taking the triple kill, and Weeha has no chance to be able to get away from this. Miracle is out of here. OG will retain control of the Roshan pit. It cost them a buyback, but it doesn't matter. They win the fight, and they take the Rosh.
Yeah, Seb and the Ricky both show up. Mid one and him just end up with a clean up duel and an insane amount of damage in the fight there. 2,700, 2,800 respectively on the 2 of them. Even though they did lose the puck at the start of it all, these 2 are the big damage dealers. Seb with this humongous item build pick up with the Orchid, the Witchblade, pretty much actually with the BKB done too after that. It looked like Nigma, maybe they could take a chance there. But yeah, these 2 holding down the fort for OG.
Yeah, now with an Essence Ring and a BKB,
oh, baby.
You know, try and go on Sub. He does so much damage, but he's got the tools to ignore all of it.
The hook shot, actually catching the Earth Spirit, but he's going to kick him away.
Nice.
And roll out.
Kick, and he's already there with his teammate, Seb. As we said, with a BKB, he can be rather fearless, so the moment somebody shows in an awkward position, he immediately strikes.
And they still have this ward behind this tier 2 mid, so they're just watching the positioning of the supports in the back for Nigma as they can surround this top tower, easily bring it down, and 15,000 gold lead. Dusa never wants to be in this position. It's just hope really for Nigma that they can hope to have some attempt to come back in this game.
Yeah.
Need to just rally around him, need to just keep getting these big ultis as, yeah, that's really the only thing you can hope for. Just big Stone Gazes, big Mars ults.
All right, Jason. Weehaw.
They actually catch him.
They are going to be able to catch Seb. At the same time, Weeha's being caught. The difference is Seb, he's got his BKB. He's got a way to be able to turn around a fight. You don't chain those stuns, and Seb will make you pay with every single hero that joined in this engagement. He'll make sure all die.
Oh, yeah, this is brutal. He has almost the same farm as every single hero put together, it feels like, on the side of Nigma. As top, they throw down the coil in the base. Can't clean him up yet.
Yet, mid one.
Keep trying.
He's going to try. Seb's going to come
gonna
in.
get him.
They've got no buybacks. They've forced everything out of Nigma. They know there's nothing left in the tank. The Orchid and the extra bit of damage is going to kill him. The Courier's going to die as well. They're TPing in, but like, honestly, this trio looks unstoppable. Who cares about a tier 3 tower, especially when you've got the Treants to tank for you?
All right, 19K gold lead, 20 minutes, 31-14. I don't believe we're going to be seeing many greedy drafts anymore, as OG especially really seems to know how to tackle them. Both these teams really identify when they can just group up and pressure like this, and OG just steamrolling. Now Weehaw shows he might just die in the base.
They try and go for a spear, an arena, but he was immediately silenced by Soxta. There goes Hookshot onto mid one. They are going to be able to catch. Yeah, look at, like, mind control is terrifying. They caught
really
Soxta, but he was like still throwing down the arena like somehow the fight was going to continue.
I think they're just really feeling how impossible the game is to come back. They're just throwing ults at any kill.
Yeah.
It really is just, it's so out of hand. This side, OG is just full control. Like, are there, let me actually see the towers. Have they actually had a tower? Okay, they did have a tower hit. 500 damage or so on the mid tower, but besides that, yeah. OG just ramping up the pressure. Weehaw almost dying to the Ricky, as they just can't do anything.
I mean, he can't farm a creep wave that's right outside of his base because, again, very deep vision is scouting him setting up to step out of that base and immediately is being punished every single time. Oh, what a spear. They've actually got him. That's going to be one. Can they do two? Cogs into a hook shot is going to be a lot of stun time here. They have GH there, but it's immediately stopped. They are going to try and get out what damage they can, but Seb is pumping it out. He's trying to kill Mind Control. The Orchid is not going to take him out. Hex onto Thompson, Black Hole, pulling back in Miracle. Do they have to disable? They do. A hook shot's going to be able to stop that one. Kuro running interference as best he can, but Seb with his BKB looking to be able to chase down Miracle. Kuro is going to die, but it looks like maybe he saved this team fight. They turn around. Nice shot there from GH. Mind Control's back at it. He really wants this kill on one of the cores, but the
oh my god,
it's too much with an E-blade from Thompson. All that magic damage just 100 to 0.
By the way, Cap, that was in their base under tier 4s. Just diving, going for these kills. That just shows how confident OG really is in the game. And yeah, Nigma just, it really does feel like no hope, but they're sticking in it. They're trying their best to be able to get this Medusa online.
I mean, they have
that was,
to, right?
That was under tier 4s. Yeah, they have to try something. It really is such a big match. They're not going to tap out. They're going to keep trying for it. But the fact that Seb just TPs under tier 4s and gets so many kills just like that, yeah, that's a statement of its own.
Yeah, it certainly is. We heard Nigma talk about the fact that due to the fact that they are 2-2, they already have those 2 losses. A third loss would pretty much put them out of control of being in their own fate when it comes to making it into the major. Especially with so many matches still to go, as Nigma have yet to face up against Tundra as well. Ico, so jump in. Spear onto Seb, see if they can keep the chainstone to prevent the BKB from going off. He is indeed dead, but the backline's being demolished right now. Look at this Battle Fury from the Riki go to work as they're all stuck in this AoE with a double damage to boot. The tankier 2 cores of the Medusa and Viper, they survived the initial burst, but there is relentless chase here from OG. You know Weehaw's not going to survive. It's a momentary reprieve before inevitable death.
Seb just TPs with his face. As soon as he respawns, gets insta-hexed into Spirit and dies, but it doesn't matter. Let's just look at the damage from this Riki. Fight recap, 3,700, Puck, 2,300. They're able to just clean things up, especially inside of Mars ulti, where the Battle Fury actually goes really nicely when everybody's stacked all close together.
Yeah, it really does. It just feels like at this point that Nigma are able to do the coordination that it takes to bring down one of these cores, but whoever they choose, the other 2 just seem to go into overtime.
Absolutely.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
19. Level 19 on mid one. On Thompson, it's 25 minutes into the game. And honestly, they've taken the tier 2, but hell, half their time, half of their heat map has been based inside of Nigma's base.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's where...
It's crazy. But that's the way it's been. That's a very OG style, though, as we did. I mean, that's the TI style of diving fountain in the TI finals and stuff like that. OG merciless in these last 2 games. Saksa with a BKB just rolls in.
And with a BKB, he can kind of ignore the Viper, kill him, and say, okay, we got another one, boys. It almost feels like they're farming Nigma at this case.
Oh, and mind control.
They're going to be able to get mind control as he's going to stay silenced thanks to the coil and the smoke screen combo. It's a good way to make sure somebody has no impact on a team fight. They're going to buy back on mind control.
He has to.
Maybe
they have to try to defend these racks.
Weehaw has
It's not like he's getting the blink anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They say that buyback forced him back, so Weehaw can commit to his BKB. It just doesn't deal with the physical damage that's coming out from mid one.
No, it does not. They do have OG gets a base ward in as well down on the bottom side during this. Nigma's actually going to smoke out, and these fresh wards that Kuroki just placed. That's what Kuro was doing during all that fight. It was actually placing these to maybe find when OG is maximizing and farming. They'll see Seb TP top. They might actually be able to get this pick off. He's a tanky one, though.
Oh, boy.
That's Kuro. He'll play with his life. And
all
let's
right.
see. Top. Can they actually get the Serpent Wards and a Marzel? Let's see.
An all-in kill onto Seb. No, that's a Miss Jackal. Oh, no, that's a Miss Spear. Oh, it just does not get any worse for the boys.
Oh, and they're dead.
They're all dead. Fogged, if there's any time to tap out. It's that moment right there.
Hey, they went for it, and even pro players make mistakes at times. A little bit of a misclick there as Weehaw, he shows himself in the wave, gonna get committed on immediately. Does have the BKB to protect him for at least a slight moment.
Yep, the hook shot comes in to try and stop that black hole. The damage is done though, as the Air Spirit's able to finish him off mid one. Jumping onto the Medusa, ignoring the Stone Gaze for the most part, and just hops over to GH instead, kills him. Kuro was able to deal with no tail, but the 5 position of OG is dead. The other 4 stand strong inside of Nigma's base, wiping them, and they are going to force a submission out of Nigma if they're not going to go willingly.
The Seb Nature's Prophet, still something really to be feared. He did an excellent job this game, just applying the pressure, always showing up to these fights. Oh, is it like 10 minutes something Orchid, I think it was? Maybe 10:50 or so, maybe 11. Super early on, played aggressively, and just, on point. OG is no mercy. Nigma, it really felt like from minute 8, it was just them getting surrounded, getting all these plays, getting ran at from that advantage. The small advantage OG got in the laning phase, they just ran away with it.
Megas are going to come up. They may have a Medusa, and maybe that's that last little shred of hope they're hoping for here is some sort of throw into the fountains, because mid one, every single time he shows up, he appears, Nigma heroes disappear. And there it is, finally.
GG.
With one final whimper. Nigma die inside their base. Give it up, Megas. A 42,000 net worth lead. 52 kills in 28 minutes, Fogged. That's just OG's side of things. That's just the OG story.
Yeah, and OG, I think, really putting a statement about don't go greedy versus us, right, in these last 2 games. I think they really showed that they can just take advantage of that, even where it looks, as the panel was talking about too, like the AM game, if he's able to farm, if they're able to get this farm on the Medusa too, but if you're not able to, you lose everything so quickly. It never actually looks like you have a hope. As this game, it really felt like they had no hope just so quickly from this mobility from OG.
Look at the boys of OG. They're amped up, and they know it's always a fun series against Nigma, and it's always a big win. As OG are now 3-1 here at the European DPC. What a series. Let's go back to the panel, shall we?